Okay everyone, so this is a quick little project to continue learning about Photoshop. We've already covered the magic wand, so we need to cover all these three tools right here. The lasso tool and the marquee tool. So this is a quick little exercise for you to master the marquee tool, okay? Knowing how to do this is going to let you do anything in Photoshop. You can cut out anything, make your own t-shirts, posters, designs, okay? So here we go. Period, last name, first name. We're going to call this Marquee Wallpaper. We're going to call it 01 because you're making you're going to be making different ones, okay? So web, and I want you to go 1600 by 1200. Hit OK. Okay, now the first thing you do is you're going to free the background. Okay, so free the background layer. So you see there's a lock? We're going to get rid of the lock. The way you do that is you double click on this. Okay, we're going to call this background. Okay, now we're going to go to effects and change the color. So I'm going to do mine, I like blue, so we'll do blue. Okay. Alright, so now here's where the fun part is. Alright, so you're going to create another layer. So this is create another layer. I'm going to call this perfect circles. Actually, perfect squares. Okay. You're going to click here, marquee tool, rectangular marquee tool. And you have to hold shift, okay? The only way it's going to work is if you hold shift. Hold shift. And the idea is you're going to make a lot of different squares. Okay? You click on the paint bucket to fill it in. And you click on the color white. Okay, this all needs to be white. Okay. And then you see this right here, the little, it's called running ants or walking ants. That tells you it's a selection, okay? So to get rid of that, you just have to click outside one time while holding the selection tool. Okay, so you need a bunch of squares, just keep on going, hold shift, fill it in with white, then click once. Okay, hold shift, fill it with white. Okay, so do this a bunch of times. You just need a bunch of different random squares, okay? You want to try and fill up the whole page with squares. Okay, so here's another thing you can do. To make it easier and faster, if you hold shift while you drag. Okay. If it's selected and you hold shift, you can actually make a lot more selections. Okay, so you see the little square? I'm holding shift and I'm adding. Okay, and then you can get the paint bucket tool and just fill them all in, okay? Cool? Alright, so that's one, okay? So, here's how we're gonna do this. You're almost done. So now the next step is to change opacity. So it's gonna be like, let's just call this choose a number, like 25. Okay? Now we're gonna duplicate this layer. We're gonna do this two different ways, okay? Number one, just click on the layer and drag it to create a new layer. And then you're gonna move this around, okay? So to make this actually a little bit more interesting, I will copy it one more time. And then just last thing, we're gonna kind of flip it around. So you can go edit, pre-transform, put flip horizontal, and then give it a different opacity. And then once you go there, we're going to flip it the other way. We're going to make another one, and then flip it vertical, okay? So now you have a bunch of different ones, okay? And that's it. That's all we're doing for this project. Save it. Okay, save it. Now we're gonna start over. Save it, wallpaper 1. Okay. So we're gonna create another one. 0. Okay, and we're gonna do circles now, okay? So same thing, free the background. Give it a color. I'm gonna do red this time. and layer, okay? Call it perfect circles. Okay, so now guess what? We're gonna use perfect circles, ellipses, okay? So the way you do it is you hold shift, again, hold shift. But now we're gonna make like a moon, okay? So you hold shift, and now we're gonna use something else. We're gonna use, for my computer, it was Alt. Okay. So, try it. We're gonna subtract a shape from it. And the trick to do this is, when you have this selected, I'm using Alt, your computer might be Windows, but you hold spacebar to move this around, okay? So I'm gonna make a moon, and then we'll fill it in with white. Okay, and then like the other one, just click outside. Now what I'm going to do with this, I'm actually going to just retransform this. So you go edit, retransform. I'm going to put this like this, okay? And then this one you can just kind of copy, hold down the Alt key for yours. For mine it's the Alt key, but yours might be something else. And then you're gonna just go through all these, change opacity, okay? And then this is your second background, okay? Save. Okay, so then the last one. So we're going to free the background in the back. We call it background. Change the color. Okay. So this one you have an option, instead of just doing a color overlay, you can do a gradient overlay too. And the way you do it is you click here, and then you just pick one of these. And then if you want, you can actually change the color. So try and do a linear gradient, okay? Alright, so this one, you're gonna make shapes. I'm just gonna call it shapes. And just in a different way, okay? So this one you can use anything, okay? Anything. You can add stuff to it. Okay, I want you to add, I want you to subtract. Okay, so use the different commands to add and subtract. So I'm just laying a couple things here. So I'm just adding a bunch of shapes. You want to make it look like organic. Because I'm adding a bunch of shapes, and then we'll go back and subtract some stuff. Okay. Okay. So everything's selected. I'm gonna go back and subtract them. Kind of like, for me, I think it's kind of looks like a little alienish kind of background. Okay. So the idea is to kind of go through, add, take away. Make sure you kind of go all the way to the border to make it look nice. Okay, and then you're going to fill it in with your paints, okay? Interesting, huh? Alright, and then on this one we're going to do